How's it going, Marties? It's your main martyr, E-Man here, and I'm here with a little, another little E-vlog. Today, I want to discuss just what's been going on for the past few days, I think. I think the first thing I just want to get off my chest was SummerSlam. Went to go see that with, a good old friend of mine, and honestly, I was actually, I don't know. There were a lot of things wrong with SummerSlam. One, just to get out of the way, I have to say was the women's title match. The amount of, just all the mistakes in that match didn't really make sense because of the two people that were in it. Like Sasha and Charlotte, they're really great in the wing. They're really great in the wing. Such a child. But really, they're like really great in the ring, even Charlotte. But what they need to do is have her work alone. She doesn't need Dana Brooke, but they're making her that kind of bad guy to where she kind of needs those kind of victories. I think I just spit it. And it's really irritating because most of her victories are with assistants, whether that's her dad or that's Dana. And that's extremely irritating. And also, just work on her promo work. Work on promo, yeah. The way she's always like, the way she's with Sasha, where she's always like, oh, you'll never be better than me, or you'll never beat me. I was watching NXT, and Sasha has a lot of victories over Charlotte. A lot. Especially one-on-one. Especially for a championship, too. So, her winning that match last night doesn't really make sense, because Sasha had such a short title reign, but at the same time she's injured, so I guess she would have had to relinquish the title like Finn, which is another thing I want to get to. But first I want to get to Dean's match. Dean and Dolph's match, honestly, I really liked it, but they didn't put a lot of hype to it, to be honest. It was not very all that anticipated, not a lot of hype. Dean and Dolph, they tried to work with it, honestly. When it came down to who's going to face Dean for the title, I wasn't expecting Dolph. I was expecting Bray because those two have a really good rivalry history. But Dolph being part of it, honestly, they worked really well with it. He was very confident. He went very strongly. The match, some people didn't really like. It was kind of like just a regular match. They just went through the motions kind of thing. And, I don't know, maybe they're just trying to save time because we've been going overtime a lot for pay-per-views. And some people like that, I think. I have a thing with time. So, I don't know. I liked the match. I liked it. I was happy for Dean to win. I was rooting for Dean. Sorry, Dolph. You're cool. Don't get me wrong. You're pretty good. But I like the Lunatic. What else happened? The women's tag team match. Actually, just gonna go off and say Eva Marie. Whose idea was it to draft her to SmackDown? Seriously, I'm not speaking as a hater. I'm speaking as a guy who's actually wondering, what has she done? Like, what? Oh, stop that. What has Eva done to deserve being in the ring with other women like Becky or Natalya or Naomi? Naomi's pretty good in the ring, don't get us wrong. She's very athletic in the ring. But Eva? Like, the most action she's had was when she first debuted, I want to say. I don't think she spent a lot of time at NXT when she first debuted on the main roster. And even then, I think she should have started at NXT. But because of Total Divas, it seemed like she just jump-started to the main roster. That was definitely not right. Because it didn't seem like she had a lot going for her. The only thing she did was slap Jerry once. And looking back on that now, the way Jerry is as a heel, which is so irritating. So then they take her back to NXT, which is a good idea. But she should have stayed in NXT. She should have worked. She should have developed a lot more because now she's not doing shit. She's not doing anything. The entrance herself that she has, it's too overhyped by the entrance itself. It's too overrated. Because it's like, oh, the most dazzling, the most amazing, the most beautiful. It's like, no, 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 no. 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 It's like, prepare yourself to be seduced. No. No. Because if that's what we're going with, then we're only using her as a model. We're not using her as a competitor. Which is what we need. But no, it's just, oh, she messed up her hamstring on a landing. A landing that everybody can do with ease. But no, she does like a very short jump and she messes up her leg. And, oh, due to a wardrobe malfunction, she cannot compete. Boy, like that didn't look planned. Eva Marie will now compete, but you can't because she's stuck in traffic. Everyone gets to I'm pretty sure like everyone gets to the arena around the same time. Oh no, and then JBL tries to be like, oh, it's terrible traffic. We should respect her for that. No. No. You can't sell this in a way that's actually going to be sold. Nobody's liking it. Nobody gives a shit. Get to the ring as everyone else. Oh, it's her driver. Her driver's the reason. I've seen like a lot of people drive themselves. Some people take buses. Like they have their cool... Honestly, that's actually what I want to do if I ever get in this business. Is that I want to have a bus with like other guys in the business. So I think that'd be cool. We'd all be hanging out, telling stories, that kind of stuff. I like that. Kind of like an RV. Which it basically is an RV. So that was terrible. And then hearing the news that her, Paige, and Del Rio are all out because of the wellness policy. And I put it on Twitter too. And honestly, no hate to Paige, but I'm referring to an episode of Total Divas to where she gave Natalya what seemed to be brownies, but they were just regular brownies. So I made the joke, it's like, Paige shared her brownies with Alberto. I almost said Albert, but I meant to say Alberto. And those two are dating, which shocked me because she used to be engaged. Woman. But, okay, for Del Rio, that's one thing, because I don't really... I'm not a big fan of Del Rio. I'm sorry if you are. But for me, I'm not. But to hear him, Paige, and Eva all out? And then, okay, especially for Eva. Seriously? Like, at the pay-per-view, they said, oh, she's taking a stress relief vacation due to all the hate from the fans. Really? Really? That's what we're going with here. Is that she's on vacation because she can't handle the fans. So many people deal with hate from the fans. I was going on Twitter. Dean was getting hate from the fans. Some. They're just like Twitter haters. But really? She's on vacation and that's why she's not at SummerSlam? We can't really openly talk about how she used enhancement drugs. We did that with Brock. Randy, that happened twice. I still like the joke he did with Brock on a pay-per-view. It was like, oh, no enhancement necessary. I thought that was hilarious. I don't care what anyone says. That was funny. But why was Eva messing around with enhancement stuff? So she could be stronger at not doing anything? Congratulations. You can't do shit. Now you need to be stronger at not doing shit. And I've seen like workout vids like that have been posted on Vine be like, oh, she's actually working very hard. Yeah, training's one thing. Being in the ring, actually doing stuff, being good on the mic, that's completely different. Once she actually is good at stuff, then I'll believe. But I think she should stay in NXT. If it was Daniel or Shane's idea to draft her, terrible idea. For one, she's all read everything and she's on a blue show? Guys, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't. But for them to bring in Nikki? Honestly, okay, it's great to see Nikki back. But honestly, she's not the best at promo. She's pretty good in the ring. But when she did that whole... When Brie and I were younger, she would always torment me and everything. I was tortured as a child. Just, oh, such shit. And then the fact that her And Cena actually did the same TKO finisher, where it's like you have it on the shoulders, then you go into a cutter. The fact that they both did that, and they're both on SmackDown, they're really trying to press the whole they're both together thing, even though we already know. It is so irritating to deal with stuff. Like, I like when couples kind of use the same move, but have them in the same storyline. Like, at least Brie used she openly used Bryan's kicks and the yes lock. But now they're trying to be nonchalant, but at the same time spitting in our faces with the whole they're the same kind of in-ring people. Moving on, because I'm going to stress myself out after this. What else went on? Finn's match. Finn and Seth's match was by far the best match in the entire night. They both are the same kind of person in a way. They both use the same kind of moves. The sling blade, I think it's called the plancha, where they go over the top rope. Kick-wise, they're pretty good. Enzuigiri, Pele kick. Pretty good matches. Especially AJ and John's match. That was a pretty good match, too. I think AJ definitely needed to win that. One, because he's a great competitor. John, he's a great competitor, too. I'm saying it right now. But, Finn and Seth's match went very well. I had no idea that he dislocated his shoulder. Like, I look back on the replay vids, and damn. It's actually pretty messed up. That Seth did. I'm pretty sure Seth didn't mean to. I hear he's actually a pretty cool guy. But dang. But Finn went on to win the match. It was the coolest thing ever. I loved it. Moving on to Roman's match. That never happened. At first I was pissed, because I actually wanted to see Roman beat up Rusev. I don't like Rusev. As a character, he's a pretty good bad guy, but honestly, as a person character, he's an ass. He's so irritating. They're trying to do the whole protecting the honor thing, but that's it's shit. I think, but when I started realizing that, they want to save time for overtime so we can get to Brock's match, I was like, okay, if it was an official match between the two, it would probably have taken like 30 minutes. And we all know Roman would have won. Roman would have won. He's always beaten Rusev by pinfall. There was one DQ that was, I want to say, a year ago, maybe more than a year ago, but that was... But moving on to Brock and Randy's match. I was actually rooting for Randy because I felt like the kind of hype they were kind of getting through this, maybe Randy would have pulled something off. Maybe he would have brought back the punt, which I really have been wanting to see lately. I've been wanting him to do the punt. And I think Brock would have been the perfect person to do the punt on. And it's not like he hasn't done the punt in years. He did it. He's done it on Big Show most recently. It was one match at SummerSlam, then there was a match at Extreme Rules that he did it. But he hasn't done it ever since. So we can't act like it doesn't exist. Like, yes, it's an illegal move, but it's not like he hasn't done it ever since it was called out as illegal. So, and I feel like Brock would have been the perfect person. But overall, I think the match was pretty okay. Randy being tossed into the table, and he just like sat up like this on the landing. I thought that was hilarious. Randy RKOing Brock into the table, not through the table. That was pretty awesome. Him actually getting the DDT in, and then RKOing him another time. That was actually pretty awesome. I knew it wasn't going to finish the match right there. I'm pretty sure it should have gone a lot more, a little bit longer, maybe a little bit more back and forth. But it's Brock, so it's like not a lot of people can go back and forth with him. And then it just ending. Okay, then he F5'd him. Randy kicked out, and then Brock just went full on, taking off the gloves thing, elbowing him, Randy getting a gash. And for people saying, oh, but he's done this before, it's like, yeah, everyone did it before. Everyone used blood packets. Everyone used blading. But this is the first time someone started bleeding because of Brock. This happened to Cena back at Extreme Rules a few years ago. And it was basically the same way. His elbow actually cut him on his head. And he got pretty messed up. I mean, a puddle. There was a puddle of blood in the middle of the ring. And I was thinking, okay, can we get the doctor to clean him up, give him a minute, and then we go back to the match? But no, they say it goes out by TKO. And then some guys on Twitter are like, oh, wrestling matches don't go out by TKO. Actually, they have. That's how Owens won his championship match at NXT. Brock has won matches by TKO before because the competitor could not continue. So, actually, I don't know if that counts as a TKO. Maybe it does. I may just be dumb right now. But, what a shocker. But the fact that the match ended like that, and then the crowd started chanting Goldberg, Goldberg. I actually started getting pretty pumped. And I saw someone else's reactions while watching the show. I was like, okay, yeah, it's getting there. But, well, everything that just happened was that Shane came out, Brock F5'd him, and then Morrow on the commentary just says, what an ending to SummerSlam. I'm like, no, Goldberg's gonna come out, and then the screen goes black, and it's like, dun dun, the end. And I'm sitting there thinking, blood pressure, blood pressure, blood pressure. That was the worst ending to SummerSlam. It actually is worse than last year. Because at least last year, it was some good controversy. It was some bullshit controversy between Brock and Taker, but such shit. Goldberg was around too. And he could have taken out Brock. Maybe we could have done a rematch from the last time those two were in the ring. Which, by the way, that match was boring. I saw the match. It was pretty boring. But I want to move on from SummerSlam. And let's see. Last night was Raw. I didn't finish Raw, but I'm here at my mom's house, so I have it recorded, so I'm just going to finish. It was supposed to be Roman and Chris's match, and I think there was one other match. I can't really remember. But hey, Bayley debuted. And Bayley is a home state girl here in California. San Jose. Loving that. And let's see. What else happened to Raw? Finn relinquishing his title was... It hurt. It physically hurt. Because... it was shit. And then everyone coming out saying, no, I want a title shot. No, I want a title shot. I think the only person that's more annoying than Seth bitching about getting a title shot was Chris. Saying, I want a title shot because I'm me. Bitch, you ain't God. You ain't God. I should get it because I'm me. Chris, no. Get your Bon Jovi ass out of here. And I love Bon Jovi, so no disrespect to Bon Jovi, just disrespect to Chris. Let's see, but the amount of people that actually went out there just asked for a match, and it was on Twitter saying, so you can get a title shot just by walking down a ramp? Because if that's the point, then WWE is basically like Pokemon Go when it comes to hatching eggs. What else happened? Voice crack. Let's see. My dad was watching the news, and before I went to bed, I heard something about some old lady on CNN saying that racism doesn't exist? Something along the lines of that. And then some guy's like, wait, you're telling me throughout of all of Donald Trump's campaign that there hasn't been a smidge of racism? And the lady's just like stubborn as hell going, no, there hasn't been any racism with it. Where has this bitch been since all of existence? And I'm saying bitch in just like a regular form, not really calling her a bitch. I'm just saying, because I'm actually really pissed about this. Because she's defending a guy who does not deserve to be defended with all the shit he's done. Oh my god. Just the ignorance that happens. And literally last night I was thinking, with the amount of things that have happened for the past 2 days, I should make a video about this. Like, I need to do an e-vlog. And by the way, I don't work until like 8 o'clock. So if you're wondering why I'm not at a job, it's because I prefer late shifts, and yeah. Actually, when I'm done with this, I'm gonna go Pokemon Going. Pokemon hunting? I'm gonna go play the map. Play the game. Shut up. I'm almost done with one egg, so I'm like at 20 minutes already on this video. You can't see the screen. Oh. I don't know if anyone else has this glitch with the game to where you turn it on and your avatar just starts walking around because the GPS can't find you. But going to Pokemon now, I'm going to stay away from the whole racism doesn't exist thing from that old broad because Jesus Christ, you're so stupid. I'll say it. But going on to Pokemon, lately I've been playing Pokemon Sapphire from my childhood too, because if you've seen my other videos of me playing Pokemon Stadium, I've been doing a few throwbacks. And me playing Pokemon Stadium, I actually started... Here's the thing, my cousin actually found it. I lost it in his trailer one time when we went camping. And then I was at his house for like, I think it was a graduation party or something. And he was like, hey, by the way, I have something of yours. I'm like, okay. And it turned out to be my old Game Boy Advance. It was super old. The batteries were all corroded, but the game was still intact. And oh my god, I was so happy. And I also had a new DS. Well, it's an old DS, but I got it for my birthday for like a couple years ago. I think maybe around the same time I started high school. Because I had another DS, but that one broke. I'm not really sure. Oh, it was the screen. The screen was messed up. But yeah, with this one, I got a blue one. I like blue. Anti-mystic. I should have shaved. But anyways, before this goes into a 30-minute video, this is basically just a rant video. But I'm going to go into happiness because with Pokemon Sapphire, I'm playing it again. And I took a break from it because I think of just school and stuff with work. But now I'm back with it. But earlier I was playing against the League, but I stopped that so I could start evolving Pokemon again. Which is kind of the mystic way, is that we're strategic. We think things through, we're calm-minded. And basically I wanted to stop fighting the League so I can evolve Machoke into Machamp and he'd be even stronger. Because he's actually my highest level out of any of the Pokemon. And I have a freaking Wailord. I have a freaking whale. I have Wailord, I have Sceptile, Swellow, Hariyama, Gyarados, and Machoke on my team. I think that's all 6. Yeah, that's my strong team. But lately, I have been trying to evolve Machoke and Kadabra. And it has been weeks! I have been leveling them up like crazy. Like, they've probably gone from 40s to 50s, and now I think I'm brushing on to 70s. And neither of them have evolved yet. It's insane. I don't even know why. So I started going to, like, daycare. I'm thinking, I'll drop some things off, and I realized, oh, now I have eggs to deal with. So now I'm on the bike. I'm going all over the map. I'm like, oh, I just want them to evolve. And some guys coming in. I'll be right back, guys. And I'm back. So I thought it was someone that was gonna, I don't know, just be talking to me about, I don't know, maybe just FedEx. He's like dropping something off. But it turns out he was just here to put this on the doorknob. Landscaping people. I'll talk to him about my parents about when they get home, maybe. But yeah, so lately I've been just trying to evolve Machoke and Kadabra into Alakazam and Machamp. And that has been going very unsuccessful lately. But I brought my DS with me, so I don't know. Before I go to work, I'll get some game time in. Maybe I'll just watch Netflix. It's around lunchtime. And then a bunch of hours, I'll go to work. I'll have fun because I like my job. I like this job too, but I don't know if I can really count this as a job yet because I don't get the view count where I would get paid, which I think when you get views, you have to maybe get over 1,000 views to then get paid for it. I don't even know how much you even get paid for YouTube. I don't know. Do you get paid for views or for subscribers? I'm not really sure. I think we're at 16 right now. So we're at 16, and I don't know. It's glad to see some people. Actually, while I was at work, I might have gotten 3 more subscribers because they like me. And if they're watching this right now, hi. I think it was, I want to say Danielle, Dennis. Oh, I forgot the oldest brother's name. Oh my god, I feel so bad now. Oh crap. Okay, dude, if you're watching this, please put in the comment section what your name was. I completely forgot how to say your name. I'm so sorry. But I remember the way they were. I called them Table DVD because of how their name was. It was like Dennis, and then the older brother's name was V, and then the youngest, I think she was the middle child. The sister, her name was Danielle. So I actually want to be Triple D, because when people start telling me their names, I'm like, okay, that's the same letter as that one. Okay, you better be the same. And it's like, nah. So I started like naming tables when I come to them, be like, hey, it's table DVD. So, because I want to connect with people. And sometimes it's tough. I need to be in the right mood. And I was actually asked, it's like, hey, how do you get all this energy? Because I'm a hype kind of guy. If I'm not in a good mood, I'm not really that great to work with. I'm probably depressed because I'm thinking about a crush, which I don't have because I'm emotionally null when it comes to crushes. Because I have celebrity crushes, but you know that's just something to have for fun, right? But at the moment, there is not really anyone in my life I'm crushing on. Nobody from school because I'm not in school. Nobody from work because I'm keeping it professional. And you know, I don't want to really do that to myself because if I actually crush on someone at work, it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be really uncomfortable, and I don't like that. So I don't know. I'm just gonna keep it. Just gonna keep it as work, keep it as friends, because I prefer being friends with the people you work with. That's why I liked drama so much. Is that we were like family, and that's how we are at work. We're family, and I like that a lot. We feed off each other. But the question back to the question was, where do I get all this energy? Because we get music playing, I'm always like dancing around, I'm like in the kitchen, I'm dancing too, I'm going with the lyrics, I'm singing, I bust down on moves, I'm making people laugh, it's amazing. And you're just like, dude, where do you get all this energy? And one of our employees thinks I take ecstasy and I go to raves. I don't, and I don't. One, I don't do drugs. Drug free. Straight edge. Or straight edge, whatever punk does. But no, I don't take drugs. If I don't know, maybe I would go to a rave, but I feel like raves are just like headphone rape. Like it's just ear rape sometimes. Usually it's just like. Here's the thing, I like EDM. I do. I like EDM, but I like certain kinds of EDM. Okay, I'm not going to a place that's full of glow sticks just to hear my ears pop in 3 different time zones. That sentence didn't make sense. Shut up. But no, I don't go to raves. I don't go take ecstasy because I don't really need drugs. And I don't drink coffee either. People actually ask me, especially in school, hey, you must drink a lot of coffee. I'm like, nah. I mean, I have a little Keurig things, like the little French vanilla thing, but that's like what my sister calls fake coffee. It's too sweet to be coffee. Honestly, I don't like the taste of real coffee. Even when I go to Starbucks, when I'm with my sister, I'll have something, or if I'm with a friend, sure I'll have something, but it's not like I'm getting an actual coffee. I'm getting like a white mocha, something that tastes good. If I'm gonna drink or eat something, it has to taste good. That's how I am with vegetables. If you cook vegetables right, they're gonna taste good, and you're still being healthy, unless you're deep frying it. So it's like that beautiful face. No, but I tell people that I don't drink coffee, I don't do drugs, I don't do all this kind of stuff. It's just plain insanity. And if you ever, like, whenever I feel tired, like I was just doing this last week, while I was cleaning some caps, I was feeling a little drowsy, so I went to go get some ice water, and that actually got me pretty energized. It woke me up because it's cold water, so. But then I started doing this thing that I started doing when we were doing rehearsals last year, or technically still this year, just in school when I was doing rehearsals, is that if I ever started getting tired or sleepy, well, wait, that's the same thing. Shut up. That I would just like widen my eyes. I'd start doing the hand thing, and I go into this like state in my head where I started like having thoughts. I start like getting pretty insane. And when you're insane, you're pretty energized. Or as Chucky said one time, when you're energized, you feel energy. When you have energy, you're energized. Or when you're energized, you have energy. And when he said that, I was like, no shit. It was the funniest thing when he talks. God, Chuck is so cool. I want to do it with the Z House. I want to live in a house with YouTubers, like just YouTubers like we do. Like I don't know. Maybe I'll live with the Z House guys. I mean, I'm pretty good with zombies. I'm kind of shit. I don't play Black Ops 3 because I don't have Black Ops 3. I mainly just play Black Ops 2 or World at War. I don't have Black Ops 3. I'm sorry. No, but I don't know, maybe next time if I ever have time off of work, I'll be at my brother's house and I'll be playing some zombies. But until then, I think I'm going to end it here, guys. So this is a very long rant. Holy crap, time went by fast. I mainly want to do this now before my stepdad or my mom came in for lunch, because when one of them shows up, he doesn't ever leave. He's like, okay, I'm just here for lunch. And he stays for hours. He ends up just sleeping on the couch and he's just watching Netflix. Like he has paperwork on the table and he leaves it on the table. And then I'm just like, I don't tell him this, but I'm like, shouldn't you go to work? Because usually when I'm here, I always end up seeing his truck and it's like, dude, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. Don't you have work to do or something? And I feel like he's always here, kind of thing. And my sister's the same way. It's like, does he ever work? I'm like, I don't know. I really don't. But I think I'm gonna end it here, guys. It's a pretty long video. I'm sorry about this, but it's shorter than my D&D videos. And yes, those are coming soon. But until then, I will see you guys in the next video. Later, Marties.